Hey, what's up, y'all? So, one of the most highly anticipated games that are coming out this week, other than the rumored Oblivion, which turned out to be true, I'm actually pretty shocked, is this new game called Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Now, this is made by a small team, roughly about, I think I heard like 30 people, which is kind of wild, especially when you look at this game, especially you think about the massive scale of this game. It kind of looks like an RPG that kind of blends with a little bit of the new with a little bit of the old school JRPG style. And supposedly this has a 30-hour main story and 50 hours of side missions. So altogether you could play like around 50 hours to complete this 100%. And the reviews came out today and they are exceptional. Let's take a look at this. 92 overall Metacritic score. And you can see there is so many different 10 out of 10s. Let's go to the first one. 4P.de, never heard of this one before. But anyway, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 sets a new standard for the genre of turn-based RPGs with regard to the story, but even more so, the combat. A new shining star who hopefully points the way for many future games. Creative blog. With its stunning visuals, it's hard to believe that Clair Obscur has made such a relatively tiny team. But the game is more than just eye candy, offering an intriguing plot and some top-notch acting, as well as a solid and exciting combat system that rewards the effort it takes to learn. I did hear there's a bit of a learning curve, so that's one of the negative sides. Critical hits. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 delivers everything it has been promising and then some. The game has everything that makes an RPG great, along with a story that will completely grip from beginning to end. Player 2, Clair Obscur is an artistry for the senses, visuals, soundtrack, acting, storyline, and gameplay are all top tier, and I cannot urge you to play this game strongly enough. Game pressure. Simply put, Sandfall Interactive's debut game is a masterclass in a presentation, storytelling, and gameplay. It's a game you need to play to experience. RPG site. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 may not be perfect game, but it was the perfect game for me. It's a game that left me awestruck with its unique setting and melodies, enthralled with its characters and world, hooked and held me with its gameplay, and has me left eagerly waiting, anticipating news of when I can return. The game is a celebration of the RPG genre, made by a team whose heart and soul were poured into every aspect of the game. While some design decisions may not resonate with all players, Sandfall Interactive should be incredibly proud of their creation. But look at this. 10 out of 10s across the board. And okay, finally, we're getting to a 9 out of 10. 99. What is the one thing that kept this from being a 100? Anyway, in the lieu of a traditional conclusion, I'll say this. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is the single most impressive debut RPG I've ever played. If this were a Final Fantasy title, it would easily rank among my all-time favorites. I cannot recommend this enough. So it sounds like the one thing they did this person didn't like, and that's what kept it from being 100, is the ending. So I'm kind of curious what that means. Gaming trend. It's hard to put into words how impressive Clair Obscur Expedition is. From the breathtaking world to the emotional, sincere story, to the deep and sensational turn-based combat, to the award-worthy soundtrack, every aspect of Expedition 33 hits the perfect note. The grandiose adventure is a monumental debut for a new studio, a true masterpiece from Sandfall Interactive. Sounds like we should definitely look forward to what else this team is going to be making. But look at this. Let's see, IGN, 9 out of 10. Wearing its inspirations on the sleeve, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 paints itself into the pantheon of great RPGs with a brilliant combat system and a gripping, harrowing story. Push square. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is one of the most refreshing and original RPGs in years, even if it's not immediately obvious from the outside looking in. The intriguing setup expands to provide an engrossing and excellent narrative with lovable and charismatic characters. The exemplary combat goes above and beyond its turn-based traditions, with flashy fights and new ways to do damage. This is the kind of experience that proves there's so much potential and creativity in the bigger budget video game space. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is simply sublime. A Game Informer. What I may admire the most about Clair Obscur Edition 33 is how firmly it embraces familiar, if currently rare, big budget, artistically expressive turn-based RPGs, but does so without falling into any of its traps. The adventure isn't overlong, and you don't spend more time than necessary fighting. The world, art, and narrative are unique, but it also makes me nostalgic for a game I remember from the past. It's as though developer Sandfall Interactive managed to make a classic RPG with only the good parts. I'm sad in a way to have concluded the journey, but the adventure to pursue, the painteress, will linger with me for some time. Wow. So it seems like it's both like nostalgic, but also is modern in a way. It is both. Uh, it's giving kind of like a both vibes, which is great. Is that it? So the lowest score I'm seeing on here is an 8 out of 10. That's incredible. Because this is what Eurogame says. Outstanding artwork and glorious combat bring Clair Obscur Expedition 33's bold, uh, painterly world to life. Okay, this will be the last one. Gaming vibe. Actually, I'm going to read one more for this. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is thankfully more wonderful than it is disappointing. It whisks the player away into a truly impactful world with a powerful and emotional story bubbling away, enhanced by some stellar acting. There were moments I was brought to spilling a couple tears alongside some that had me laughing riotously. The battles, which can so often feel stagnant in a bustling genre, after refreshing, tactical, and delightful. This is wonderfully imagined game, bursting with identity and has a lot to say about important topics. Yes, the path is a bit muddy and cumbersome, but the destination is worth it and the journey is magical. Okay, so that's one downside that I've heard is that it can be a bit the learning curve can be a bit steep. So you might need to practice for a little bit. I guess it could be a bit of a grind because the learning curve is a bit steep. Um, okay, last one. The Guardian, boasting a unique world, challenging combat and great writing. This RPG has a lot going for it. If it only didn't revel in its own mysteriousness so much, I'm kind of curious what that means. I wonder if it's mysteriousness in the story. It doesn't delve too much in the story. But one person did say they did love the game. They gave it a 99. They didn't love the ending, or they didn't, I guess, feel fulfilled in the ending. Um, but yeah, as we can clearly see, this is getting outstanding reviews. I expected this to be good. I was hoping it was gonna be good. It looked great. My guess was around in the mid 90s, but this blew away my expectations at the 92. So this could be, along with Split Fiction and maybe Kingdom Come 2, could be in the lock of Game of the Year. But the fact that we have already potentially 3 locks tells me there are no locks. um, but yeah, this year is off to a great start in gaming, and the fact that we still have uh, we have Ghost of Yotei, we have Grand Theft Auto 6, we have Metroid Prime, we have Doom: The Dark Ages, uh, and a few others that I kind of am slipping on right now. This has a chance to be a historic year in gaming. And RPR bonus, right? That's what I always say. But what are your thoughts on this? Are you going to get this? Were you kind of like on the fence, but these reviews kind of like shifted everything? Are you still not interested in this? That's completely fine. Maybe this kind of game is not your style. There's a lot of great games out there that are just not my type of gameplay. And that's fine. We all have our own different opinions. What are your thoughts on this? I cannot wait to play this game. It's remember, it also comes with Xbox Plus. That would be really cool to have PS Plus and Xbox Game Pass at the same time. It also comes with Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, you're going to get this as well. But yeah, leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.